which is an acronym that stands for Laugh Often, Love Always. And this is Buddhism Butterflies. I'm your goddess guide to deep inner wisdom and deep soul transformation. And guess what that is? That's the Buddha and the butterfly. Welcome. Today's topic is 3 practices to quiet the mind. I have been experiencing this week, I'm going to be honest and reveal that I've been feeling very inadequate this week. 2 people in the chat, 2 million likes, smashes thou enter. I've been feeling a sense of inadequacy. God morning, Farah Brona, my love. Good morning. So today's topic is 3 practices to quiet the mind. And I think that, God morning, Christy, welcome. God morning, honey. God morning. I have been feeling very inadequate this last cycle. And I believe that that energies cycle within us, and that in the time that we cycle into these energies of inadequacy or feeling lackluster in our production, or energy very low. And this is the time for us to really lean into creating a practice and doing 3 things to just quiet the mind. Just 3 small things. And one of those is to actually, the moment that you feel that process coming up, number 1 is to stop and feel it. So the other day I was experiencing a sense of inadequacy. I did a video a couple days ago about the 7 steps to letting things go. And see, you only are as good as you work your own process. When you share your process, you're only as good as you are if you work it. So I sat with this feeling of inadequacy, especially with where it resonated in my body. And I was feeling it in my belly. And I wanted to understand where that inadequacy came from, or how long I had experienced it and what was triggering it to come. So I sat with it and I meditated with this feeling of inadequacy, because I knew that I needed to bring it up to the light so that it could be done. So I sat with it. I felt it in my stomach. I shared it, because sharing it is important. This is where you release it, in the sharing. And then I wrote down a couple of instances as a child, as a teenager, and as an adult, where I felt inadequate. And then I saw a pattern that developed within me that triggers my inadequacy. And that pattern has to do with creating something new, and then not knowing how to take the seed that I sown into something beautiful and continue to grow the garden. So my sense of inadequacy that came this last couple of days was about my yoga studio. And ultimately, I know that the yoga studio will make money, not based on yoga classes, but based on workshops, based on life coaching processes, based on Reiki. That's where the money is at. Workshops, teachings, continued education teachings, Reiki, and life coaching. I was feeling inadequate because it seems like I can't get people to come to yoga classes, which is a peon compared to the other things. Okay? So I had to think about what was going on with me and why I couldn't get past that block. So I decided that I must not be hearing Holy Spirit or the voice of wisdom, and I must be blocking that. And this is how this inadequacy has been able to permeate to the center, because I've lost the connection, my direct connect to God. Okay? I lost it somehow. So number 1 is sitting in that and understanding and meditating. God morning, Tuan. God morning. Good morning, sister. I like that with the eyeglasses. So number 1 in the 3 steps to hearing the voice of wisdom is when you have this negative thought come into your head, No one likes you. Whoa, let's stop that. Let's sit with that. Where is that coming from? Is it my inner child? Is it my inner teenager? Who do I need to spend some time with? Now, this three things also goes with building a spiritual practice. If you don't already have a foundational spiritual practice, you still can quiet the mind, feel what you're feeling, and you can meditate on it, right? Rejection. There it is. You can meditate on it. And then you can release that feeling of rejection or trauma or whatever you would call it. You can release and put forgiveness on it. So I put how to quiet the mind to hear your own inner wisdom. And the three things that I do is I do meditation, I meditate on it, and then I try to move it through the body through music and movement meditation. So I like to dance and like just free flow dance because this doesn't allows me to not have to actually worry about when was the first time that somebody made me feel inadequate. Let me go reset myself to when I was two. Like I kind of don't want to have to deal with that in the sense of I don't prescribe to this traditional way of breaking down um, the pathology that is within me. Music helps. Yep. Yes. And I'm telling you, music is such a healing process. So if you can't meditate in the traditional silent meditation, put music on and let the thoughts just come. Let the music move the thought through your body and visualize that movement, that music going into where you feel this discomfort. Because what this will do is will move the energy that is blocking you from hearing the wisdom of the true self of you. Okay? So for me, I know that me being inadequate is incorrect. However, I cycled into the feeling and I needed to do something to move it. I practice yoga every day. I teach pretty much every day, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. But what I really love to do to move through that energy, to rip it out of my soul, is to dance. So I put music on and just, a song or two until I exhaust that movement out, until I move, especially if it's in the chest. If it's in the chest, it's a lot of moving the heart. If it's in the head, it's a lot of, if I feel like this block is in my head, when I say music, I move to music to get it out of my body. So we have three things: meditation, sitting with it, and then sharing it and letting it go. Okay. We have music and movement, which is the second thing, to hearing wisdom. And what happens is if we meditate and we quiet the mind, to quiet that mind, and we sit in that feeling, wisdom will pop up within it. And if we move and dance, this wisdom will come forward through us and move that out of the way. And after the dance, we will feel revived. We will feel luxurious, and we'll feel awakened to this beautiful space known as ourselves, and this place where Holy Spirit or wisdom can come forward, where we can key into our inner magic and hear that magical voice that leads us right where we need to be. The last thing to three things to do to really quiet the mind is mantra. So this could be mantra slash affirmations. Okay. So mantra is to take a word or a group of words and to repeat it over and over again until you get lost in the words. So any mantra could work. You can, I am that I am could be the mantra. Um, I like to use, yep. Yeah, I love that, Fair. Dancing not only frees you, it shakes the dust off. It shakes the dust off your soul. That's really what it's shaking the dust off of. It shakes the dust off your soul. It allows the whole body to open up and to receive. And in mantra, what mantra does is mantra takes you to VIP. So, you ever been in a VIP? Like, you ever been in line waiting to get into a club? And you're waiting and waiting, and the bouncer's like, you, not you, not you, not you. So what mantra does is it gives you a fast pass to the VIP section. You don't wait in line. You go past the bouncers, which is ego. Bouncers are ego. And you go directly to the top floor, disco ball, shiny disco ball, top floor, VIP, drinks are free with mantra. Wow. I thought that was off. I thought that was off. I apologize if you guys heard that. My ringer came on. So, mantra for me, when I am feeling completely wiped out and low in energy, like Christy said, when I'm feeling super like, super not in this, like I'm so, and things are just seeming to be hard, and it's like I'm, I'm not the flow, I'm going against the flow. Mantra, affirmation, repetitive affirmation mantra, repetitive, continuing to be repetitive. I am that I am. 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 I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I'm telling you, you're so cute, Regina. I am that I am. And just repeat, finding a mantra that works for you, creating a mantra. I do what I do for me to balance the mental and to take care of the physical. I do what I do for me to balance the mental and take care of the physical. I do what I do for me to balance the mental and take care of the physical. I do what I do for me to balance the mental and take care of the physical. That's one of my mantras. You know, I do what I do for me because, see, it's not about everyone else. To balance the mental and take care of the physical. Good morning, Regina, my beautiful, beautiful dolphin, beautiful water woman. God morning. So it is finding a mantra that works for you, that really states to whatever is going on in the mind, you're not having it. I'm not having it. I'm not prescribing to that. I'm not a part of that. I'm not digging that. That's not for me. So when I was feeling inadequate, I shared with I have a group of women that is my supporting group. Shout out to the porch. Okay. And we peer each other, peer-to-peer counseling. And I shared with that group of women that I was feeling so inadequate that it was like, I cycled into like this day of like, feeling super inadequate and super like, behind the eight ball. This if there's a race, I'm losing, and there ain't no race. The only race is the race against death, and that's not even a race. Once you embrace death as a friend, there's no race. You know. So I was feeling really inadequate, and I shared, and then it was like they said, cry it out. They said move, all the things that I know because it's part of my spiritual practice. But I was so stuck in the inadequacy. And it was like, what the bejesus is happening? You know, so stuck. The race against ourselves. I'm telling you, Farah. Boo, I'm telling you. And it's like, it was, it, it was so deep. And that was the day before. And then on 8/8/18, I was awakened by a voice that said, you know, hey, Negrita, wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and couldn't sleep until 5, go back to sleep until 5. And I rebuilt my whole website, did all this stuff, you know, and then created, I did my husband's car. I lettered my husband's car, did lettering for that, made him some t-shirts, did all these things, all these things, all these things. And here I'm feeling, then I cycle into a drop of inadequacy. Here it goes. 3 things that I could do to quiet the mind so that I can hear the wisdom that lets me know I'm doing a good job. Ha. I'm doing a good job. I'm doing an amazing job. I'm not just doing a good job, I'm doing a kick-ass job. You know, I'm doing such a good job that I know better and I should be feeling better about myself. But it was just this moment. So this is what triggered this 3 things on what is going on. Sorry guys with that. Okay. Yes. So yeah. I don't know what's going on. All my little things are coming in. So yeah, 3 things on how to quiet the mind to hear the inner wisdom. 1, meditation. 2, music. Bomb diggity job. Yeah, music and movement. and 3 mantra. So practice your affirmations until a point that they become a mantra. Close your eyes and say them over and over and over again, and trick the mind into letting you VIP, okay, VIP shiny disco ball to where the brain is at, to where the brain, where Holy Spirit or where consciousness lives, or for the unlimited possibility within you, so that you can get into that space behind the heart, so that you can get into the mind space that God lives in. I did pick some readings for us. We'll read from 365 Science of the Mind today. And I just randomly turned right before I started, and it came to I am strong with the power of God, and which I already love it. Let every soul know that you know I am that I am that I am. Exactly. Let every soul be subject unto the highest powers, for there is no power but of God, the power that are ordained of God. Romans 14:1. The Bible tells us that the powers that are ordained of God, that the Bible tells us that the powers that be are ordained of God. And since God exists everywhere, the power of God is whatever we recognize it, is wherever we recognize it. Not only all the presence, but all the power. We have no power of ourselves as if we were separate entities. Therefore, we say with the psalmist that our strength cometh from the Lord who have made heaven and earth. What we really do is use a power greater than ours, which power is our strength, but that we are not that power. Of ourselves we can do nothing, nor of ourselves do we ever hold our bodies in place. Rather, we rely on the power of gravity, of gravitational forces that operate upon us. In just such a manner, we are operated upon by spiritual powers that become our strength when we use them. It is in this sense that we are strong with the power of God, the only power there is. My strength cometh from the Lord who made heaven and earth. Recognizing this strength, which is perfect, complete, and ever present with me, I have implicit trust and confidence not only in its availability right where I am, but in its action, in its thoughts, and everything I am doing. There is a power behind my every single thought and word. There is a power upholding and sustaining me in everything I do. There is a power going before me and preparing my way. I rest in this power, in calm and serene confidence, with perfect trust and faith. I know that this power is good. It is constructive. It is activated by love. It is directed by divine intelligence, and I use it even in the simplest things in my life. Today, then, I accept that all the power there is belongs to me in joy, and in gladness I recognize and use this power. Therefore, today, I am sustained and upheld by it in peace, in joy, and in wholeness. I am strong with the power of God. I love that. And that is from 365, July 2nd's reading of 365 Signs of the Mind by Ernest Holmes. A daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. I love this book. It's so funny because I like to take books and just pull readings from them. This is my daily practice. My spiritual practice is to take books and pull readings and to machinate and to ruminate on that reading and to break it apart and see how it affects me daily. And this really resonates with my soul, and it helps me to create a foundation for the day. You know, it creates a perfect foundation for the day. So I also am reading from He Whispers Your Name by Sherry Hill. I love this book. Love, love, love. A beautiful leather-bound book. Looks like a Bible. Love it. And I turn to July 26th, asking for the blessing. And it says, I love you beyond anything you can comprehend, and I want to help you in every way. But you need to come to me and ask me for all you need and desire. I've designed prayers so that when you feel overwhelmed, you only need lift your voice to heaven, and I will answer you. I hear the faintest cry from your heart, and I know all of your troubles and trials. But when you come to me, you are acknowledged that you need me. You are acknowledging that you need me. You are showing me your humblest heart. When you're upset and frustrated, tempted to force circumstances to happen instead of waiting on me, you find yourself on the wrong path. In your desperation, simply call upon me, and I will lead you, guide you, protect you, and provide for you in ways you could never imagine. I deeply care about everything that concerns you, so allow me to bless you. If you'll choose to come to me, obey me, and learn, and lean on me to give you strength, my power will enable you to walk into the victory I've prepared for you. Prayer and meditate on my word at all times. It will give you hope when you're hopeless. I want to encourage you when you are discouraged and filled with despair. I will help you in any way you need. You just need to ask. You don't have what you want because you didn't ask God for it. James 4:2. This goes back to the three practices to help you quiet the inner mind so that you can hear the wisdom. Just ask for the help. Slow down, meditate, listen to some music, dance, move it through the body, and practice a mantra, a prayer. Say it over and over again. And help yourself to quiet the mind that seems to be messing with you. So 2126. Hey, honeycomb love is in the building. Hey, peeps. We're about to pray. Perfect timing, boo. Perfect timing. So let us plant our feet flat on the earth or on the floor. If you're driving, keep your eyes open. You can just listen if you're walking. Don't close your eyes if you're walking. And join us in this prayer. Closing our eyes and planting our hands, palms facing up on our lap, so we're in receptivity of the good energy. And taking an inhale and exhale with the sound of ah. Inhale. And centering ourselves in this energy and in this space and in this place of just joy and love. Releasing any feelings of inadequacy, any feelings of low energy, any feelings of less than, and allowing that to just fall off of ourselves, fall off of our soul, fall off of our body. And taking our awareness to where we feel these actual feelings at in the body and releasing it with a breath. And now, going into the inner space in the heart, behind the heart where God lives and where the elementals and ascended masters and guardian angels all dwell and live and move and have their being within us. And taking those feelings that we've dropped off and planting them in this garden so that they can be made anew. And stepping into the knowing that we are divinely guided and divinely crafted, divinely moved. And that in the moments that we feel this low energy, we are not alone. That God has lifted us into his arms, that this Holy Spirit, this unlimited power, this divine being, God, Goddess, has lifted us into their arms and is carrying us during that time. And that we need not push against or force anything. We just need to lean in and rest in the knowing that there is something bigger than us, magically bigger, magically beautiful, beautifully divine, bigger than us, working with us and for us, and bringing forward into our existence just love and joy and peace. And in the moments that we feel less than, we can know that we are being divinely carried. And stepping into the knowing that what we ask for and what we need is given to us immediately. And I plant this seed into law where it is made manifest, and so it is. I gotta go. I love you guys. Bye. Hi.